to LED Info. My name is Ron, and we're happy to have you with us today. We're in the LED Info test lab, and we are reviewing the Viparspectra P1000. And for those of you that are here only for the numbers, we've posted the full PPFD grid and the test lab review sheet at the very end of this video. So if you're in a hurry, that information is there for you. The review today is part of our ongoing project. We're looking at the lights that are for sale on eBay and Amazon. And we're looking mainly at the lower price lights, the reasonably priced lights, the kind that you would use for a smaller grow or at-home type of a project. We just recently reviewed the Mars TS1000, so we're very interested to see how this Viparspectra compares with the Mars. We'll do a full PPFD grid. We'll use that information to determine the average PPFD for the entire grow area, and then with that number we'll compute the DLI number, which is the daily light integral. And that's the number that researchers are starting to pay more and more attention to. So we're happy to be able to provide that information for you. So I'm anxious to get started. Let's check out the Viparspectra. Alright, so here's the Viparspectra P1000, brand spanking new right out of the box. It uses quantum board technology. It has a 10 by 11 inch quantum board. It has 300 LEDs. According to the specification sheet, the LEDs are white light, warm white light with additional red and infrared LEDs. And it produces a white natural sunshine type of spectrum, which seems to be the trend these days. It seems like researchers, manufacturers, growers are all coming to the realization that plants use other spectrum of light rather than red and blue. So it does appear that the old blurple lights are a thing of the past. Manufacturers have been creating many of these boards. The growers have been embracing them, and the results have been very impressive. So it appears that this is going to be the wave of the future. The thing I noticed most about this light is that it's heavy. The specification sheet mentions that it has a double thick solid aluminum heatsink, and yeah, it definitely delivers there. You'll see the heatsink here. It is solid. It is double thick. Notice the fins, that are there to add additional heat disbursement. And so, yeah, we would definitely have to assume that this one is going to disperse heat real well. It has a SOSN driver. The other nice feature on this light is that it has a dimmer switch. It is so much easier to turn the knob on a dimmer switch rather than raising or lowering lights. And also, some people are growing in smaller areas, maybe small grow tents, and you don't want to cook the plants. So when they're little, you just turn the lights down. As they get bigger and start to flower, then you crank up the volume on the lights as needed. So all in all, a nice light, very well put together, well constructed, and we're really anxious to hit the LED Info test chamber and see what kind of PPFD numbers this one produces. We want to show you our LED Info test chamber. It's a 2-foot by 2-foot grow tent that was provided to us by Yellow Sky. And check out our grid. We have a 16 square grid. Each square is 6 inches. And we take a measurement for each square, and then we also take a dead center measurement, which gives us 17 measurements total. We add those together, divide by 17, and then that gives us the average PPFD for the entire grow area. And then that's the number that we use for the DLI, the daily light integral. We're in the LED Info test lab reviewing the Viparspectra P1000. We've taken great care to hang the Viparspectra in dead center in the middle of the grow tent at a level 12 inches of height. We showed you our grow tent and our grid earlier, but we do want you to note that in the front open area of the grow tent, we placed a light shield. The light shield has reflective material on the other side, and it's designed to keep any light from escaping from the grow area. And you'll notice that the light shield's a couple inches above the area where the light is. Plus, when we take our measurements, we also lower the flap on the grow tent. So we're very confident that when we take our readings, that our measurements are going to be very accurate. And we're ready right now for that all-important dead center measurement, so we'll have that for you coming right up. Alright, so we're ready to go. We have the Viparspectra P1000 set up in our test chamber, and we're ready to get that all-important dead center reading for you. Before we do, though, we just wanted to point out that we use the Apogee MQ500 for all of our PPFD readings. That is the state-of-the-art in quantum flux meters. There's no better device out there available for taking these PPFD readings than this one. So you can feel confident that our readings are accurate. So here goes. Here is the number for the Viparspectra. And there it is. So the Viparspectra P1000, 12 inches dead center, 868. I'll go ahead and I'll complete the rest of the PPFD grid. I'll also post the LED Info test lab review sheet. We'll take a look at the watt meter. We'll see what the actual number of watts that are being pulled out of the wall by this unit are. And then we'll wrap this one up. We want to thank you for hanging out with us today. Hope you have a good one, and we'll see you next time.